Life can feel pricey these days between the cost of living and the expense of housing. Sometimes you may feel like you can barely afford to pay your monthly expenditures, let alone save. But can you picture the converse, not paying to live there but instead being paid to live there? This may sound too good to be true, but I'm here to assure you that it's not today on across the globe. We're going to look at the 10 countries that will pay you to reside there. Number 1. Spain. If a daily siesta seems like your kind of living, you might want to consider being paid to move to the quaint tiny hamlet of Ponga, located in Spain's northern mountains. Ponga has a population of roughly 600 people and is recruiting new residents to assist enhance its local economy and counteract population loss. To incentivize people, Ponga is offering new residents roughly €3,000, which is about $3,200 USD as an added bonus for individuals who want to have kids. This community is also offering an additional $3,200 for each baby that's born there. The catch is that you'll need to stay for around 5 years, but that shouldn't be too hard given this town's lovely, tranquil position in the mountains. For instance, you can take advantage of the mild Mediterranean climate with year-round hikes in the UNESCO-classified nature reserve that stands near to Ponga. Number 2. Italy. Italy has various localities that have been alleged to pay individuals to move there, including Candela, Sardinia and Presic, Aquarica. Today we're going to focus on the most lucrative among these, which is Presic, Aquarica. If you look at images of this town, it's hard to imagine that such a gorgeous destination will actually pay you to move there. Located in the heel of Italy's boot, this town is a short drive from the coast and with it gorgeous beaches. The town itself is also incredible, with plenty of old buildings and great food. But let's get into the details of what I know you're thinking about the money. Presic, Aquarica is offering €30,000 to individuals who migrate there, which is the equivalent of a little over $32,000 USD. This municipality, like many others on this list, has been suffering from a population drop, thus the monetary bonus is an effort to attract people to migrate there. In order to meet the grant conditions, you will need to buy a house that's been built before 1991 and move your official residency here. Number 3. Ireland. Another wonderful choice for business owners hoping to make some money by transferring their businesses is Ireland. It's certainly no news by now that Ireland offers some wonderful benefits for company owners, and while this country isn't explicitly paying you to live there, the incentives are so good that it may feel like they are after all. There's a reason why firms prefer Apple. Google and Facebook have utilized Ireland as a so-called company tax haven for years, and smaller enterprises may be able to take advantage of these benefits too. Ireland is a terrific destination for business entrepreneurs who are wishing to dwell in an English-speaking country. It's equally fantastic for individuals who favor country or city living, as Ireland has both. For instance, you can find yourself in a tiny home hidden in a green valley or live in Dublin. Recently voted one of the top cities in the world for its music, nightlife and maybe most important, safety. Now I will note before we go on that Ireland, in reaction to some backlash, recently altered its tax policy slightly to attempt and lessen the prevalence of tax dodging. However, it seems like firms will still be able to benefit from migrating here, as Ireland's adjustment is a raise on taxes on profits from 12.5% to merely 15%, which isn't a major difference. Number 4. Canada. Saskatchewan, a province in Western Canada, has just established a program aimed to fight brain drain, the term used to describe the outflux of educated or professional personnel from an area. To be qualified, you need to be a recent college grad from one of the universities on a list of pre-approved institutions. In exchange for consenting to stay in this province, they'll offer you $15,000 annually in tax returns, which you can benefit from for up to 10 years. If you find yourself here, you may choose to settle in one of Saskatchewan's mid-sized cities like Saskatchewan, which has a population of approximately 273,000. But wherever you chose to reside, you'll find a cheap cost of living and plenty of possibilities for outdoor enjoyment. And as an added perk, you'll also receive free medical treatment. That's right. Saskatchewan is renowned as the birthplace of Medicare, and you can ensure that its citizens take advantage of this. Number 5. Croatia. In the US, the median property sale as of April 2023 was around $408,000. But what if I told you there was a place where you could buy a house for as little as 16 cents? You could assume I'm making things up, but I'm not. In reality, the municipality of Legrad in Croatia has been suffering a drop in population, so in 2021 it decided to offer some pretty weird incentives to try and encourage people to migrate there, including selling properties for 16 cents in addition to a relatively inexpensive home. Legrad will also pay you $4,000 towards home refurbishments. The hitch is that you'll need to be able to prove financial stability, be under 40 and commit to living there for at least 15 years. If you decide to make the move, you'll find yourself living in northern Croatia amongst a population of approximately 2,240 and enjoying a rural, tranquil way of life. If you opt to go throughout Croatia, you can get to Dubrovnik in approximately 7 hours or Croatia capital Zagreb in about an hour and a half by automobile. Number 6. Chile. If you're an entrepreneur, listen up. Chile's capital Santiago is providing roughly $40,000 to entrepreneurs who are willing to transfer both themselves and their company here. This program, known as Startup Chile, began all the way back in 2010. It's basically a seed accelerator program launched by the Chilean government in an effort to bring new enterprises to the area. To be considered, you'll need to submit a proposal, the details of which can be found on the program's website. If you opt to come here, you'll find yourself living in a dynamic, bustling metropolis with a population of about 5.6 million. According to past expats who have relocated to Santiago, what they appreciate best about this city is the street art scene, dynamic culture, and relatively reasonable cost of living when compared to other cities of comparable size. Number 7. Taiwan. If you're looking to be paid to move somewhere without needing to create a permanent residency, Taiwan may be a fantastic fit for you. While this isn't precisely being compensated, merely a move there, Taiwan will pay you a pretty good sum if you move there to teach English. In reality, out of all of the countries that employ native English speakers to teach, Taiwan pays some of the most at anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 per month. That may not sound like a ton, but according to Nomad List, you can easily get by in cities like Taipei on that wage, and on the weekends and during vacations, you can find yourself lazing on white sandy beaches or exploring the streets and culinary scene in the bustling metropolis of Taipei. Number 8. Greece. Have you fantasized of living on a deserted island somewhere and waking up every day to the sound of the waves lapping on the coast? Well, the Greek island Vanskathara may be just what you're looking for. This island is tiny, approximately 7 square miles, has a population of only a few dozen residents, and is about a 9-hour ferry voyage from Athens. I wasn't kidding when I stated remote, because the population of this island is so small and continues to diminish. The Greek Orthodox Church is paying families to move there. If you opt to make the move here, you'll not only get a home and land as part of the arrangement, but you'll also be paid €500 or around $535 USD each month for the first 3 years. Number 9. Switzerland. If your desire is to live in a place that appears like it's right out of a postcard, Switzerland may be your spot. In fact, Switzerland has been considered one of the most beautiful places to live in the entire world, and if you play your cards properly, you may even be able to be paid to live here. After years of suffering from a considerable population drop, especially when it comes to young people, the Swiss municipality of Albano is seeking to recruit more people using good old flashed cash. That's right. This village of roughly 240 people is paying approximately $27,000 to those who migrate here, plus what's comparable to approximately $11,000 if you have children. To be eligible, you do need to meet a few prerequisites. First, you have to be under 45 and commit to be a resident here for at least 10 years, and you also need to be a citizen or permanent resident of Switzerland. Additionally, you need to agree to purchase a home that's a minimum of around $214,000. If you decide to try to make the move here, you'll find yourself living in a calm, beautiful small community that's off the beaten route. Given its small population, you'll also get to know just much every one of your neighbors. Plus, every morning you can enjoy a cup of coffee overlooking the magnificent Swiss Alps. Number 10. Mauritius. Mauritius is a tiny island community in the Indian Ocean about east of Madagascar. For those of you looking for an island paradise with maybe just a little more to do than the Greek island of Antikythera that I mentioned earlier, this may be a great fit for you, and with this nation's white sandy beaches, turquoise water, and tropical climate, every day can feel like a vacation living here, and the best news is that you can get paid to live here. That's right. Mauritius is paying startups 20,000 Mauritian rupees, which is between $433 to move here. No, it's not a ton of money, but keep in mind that the cost of living is relatively low here. In order to be eligible, you merely need to present your existing startup or startup idea to a committee that will then determine whether to qualify you for the grant. What about 10 tropical islands you can live on for under $2,000 each month? Watch this video to learn about that.